In the past few weeks, we have witnessed just how polarised and divided Britain is. The disaster of multiculturalism has been laid bare as crowds gather in the street calling for the genocide of the Jewish people. They have done so to almost no objection from our utterly corrupted police force, led by the kleptocrat Sadiq Khan, not only our mayor, but also London's police and crime commissioner. Not only have the police been absent without leave when faced with violent religious extremism, they have shown their true colours as film after film surfaces of them removing the faces and eradicating the memories of abducted Jewish women and children, a sight I thought I would never see in this city in my lifetime. Many have long suspected that the police, like every other national institution, have been corrupted by political ideologues whose divisive and discriminatory machinations would never get through at the ballot box. They have therefore infiltrated our national institutions and are rotting them from the inside. This is happening in plain sight and in all areas of our culture. From the earliest days of education to the last of university, cohort after cohort of ignorant and resentful idealists are spawned and sent out to do further damage to the social fabric. The public are fearful to speak their mind, for the consequences of doing so become ever more severe with each passing day. We are told to shut up as our country withers. As the police were removing the emblems of lost Jewish loved ones from the walls of this city, other flags flickered in the breeze on the tips of spears of statues which ground us in our national identity. Memorials desecrated and ignored by the police, left for others to restore. Our cenotaph, or empty tomb, a memorial to the glorious dead, perhaps our most sacred national monument, is fenced off. The reeds commemorating our fallen ancestors trampled and tossed aside. It stands not in glory, but caged in fear to protect it from a baying mob. This is not the Britain both my grandfathers fought for. This is not the Britain my great-aunt turned her garden into a farm to feed people from. This is not the Britain friends have fought and died for in far-off wars. This is a Britain at war with itself, and the battle is here on our very streets. We cannot and should not remain silent. I am, however, cautious of the Home Secretary and others calling for the halt of these so-called hate marches. Free expression is the key indicator of a healthy and free society. If they will ban demonstrations under the nebulous concept of hate, we may be cheering when it works in our favour, but sure as night follows day, the very same powers to ban demonstration will be used to silence us in return. Having said that, there is no place for those calling for genocide on London's streets. If they're students from overseas, deport them today. If they're not British nationals, deport them today. London is our capital city. Visitors throng to experience our proud heritage and culture, and it is our responsibility as Londoners to protect her from those who wish to tear her apart. We must protect those too from different religions who are too frightened to send their children to school. We must come together and send the strongest possible message that we will not be bullied. We will not tolerate intolerance. We will not tolerate the calls for violence and bloodshed. We have seen all too clearly these past weeks that the police are purely a political force, akin to the Stasi, exercising the whims of a power-hungry, profiteering and divisive mayor. The police are no longer fit for purpose. I hope that the many decent men and women within their ranks are as appalled by what has taken place as the public are and use their voices to speak out. It is time to take our city back, to put an end to the division and ethnic tension stoked daily by that dictator in City Hall. It is time instead for a demonstration of togetherness and unity. For Londoners of all religions and none, Londoners from all ethnic backgrounds, those born here or elsewhere, to unite beneath one flag, our flag, to unite for Britain. It is time to take our country back.